Hey everybody, this is Kevin Potter at Potter USA, and today I'm going to show you how to make a piece of jewelry using a lot of different techniques and equipment. So this is pretty neat. We hired this young lady named Andie, and she's a really good artist. So what I had her do was design some pieces of jewelry for us. So she did a drawing of what she'd like us to produce. So what I've done, I told her to design it using dies we already had. So what I have here, these are a pair of dies that were carved in the early 1900s. But these dies here, you can't do anything with these. These aren't stamps, they're dies. So in order to use these, you actually need to use them in a large hydraulic press. So what we do with these, we sell these on our website. We create dies. So here is the little silver leaves that I made using this die and our press. I also have a flower here. So here's our flower right here. And here's the stamping. These are all in sterling silver. I used 16 gauge because I don't want to have to put backs on these or anything. I notice a lot of people, when they use stampings, they tend to go very thin, and that makes a very cheap looking product. You want to make a quality piece. So it'll work just fine using a heavier gauge metal, especially on something this small. I'm going to show you two different ways of making this stamping. We have a piece of urethane. If you were to use a great big piece of urethane and put it over the entire surface of this die, it's not going to work. You're not going to get any detail. It'll probably do nothing. You're going to use little tiny pieces of urethane. But I'm also going to show you how to use, if you don't want to buy urethane, it's really cheap, but if you don't want to buy it, you can use paper. Just wadded up pieces of paper. I'm going to start off with just this mashed up piece of urethane. And you'll have to lift it out with just your knife. So there's our impression. Now we're going to do the exact same impression, but we're going to do it with a piece of paper. Pretty much no difference between one done with urethane and one done with a random scrap of paper. So when you're making this piece, the way I would do it is I would stamp out all your components first. I would stamp all of my flowers, all of my leaves, and then I would sit down at my bench and I would carefully saw each of these parts out. And saw as close to the edge of your piece as possible. So there is my flower. The next thing I like to use these sanding discs here. You can file it by hand, of course, but I like to get some work done pretty quick. There we go. Take my file. Hit the back of it. Goes very quickly. So you can see how fast this can go. You could actually make a really great piece in a pretty short amount of time. It's going to take you a while to do all your parts, to get everything cleaned up, depending on how many you're going to put on your necklace. So we'll probably try a few different arrangements. I'll have to look at Andie's picture again, but I really like the choices she's made. It looks really neat. It's a very pretty, delicate piece. That'll be the end of part 1, and thank you for watching.